Hello and welcome back to JimMurphyMP.com. We're keeping in touch with local and national news. Parliament's in recess this week, and to coincide with Parliament being off, I've been in bed most of the week with the virus, so I've watched, as everyone has, in awe and amazement about what's been happening in Libya, following what's happened in Egypt and what's happened in Tunisia. And it's remarkable events that probably no one could have predicted would have changed this quickly, with the whole thing starting with one man in Tunisia setting himself on fire, Tunisian government following, the Egyptian government following, and at the time of recording this, the kind of slow descent into anarchy in Libya, with Gaddafi intent on holding on. It's remarkable scenes, and the fact is that at the time of recording, not everyone knows how this will conclude, but one thing is clear, that North Africa and the Middle East will never be the same again. And while of course there are worries about what will come next, particularly about extremist ability to infiltrate and exploit ungoverned space and chaos, ultimately I believe that the public, given a chance to express their view through some democratic process, will get it right. And I think that these countries can become more outward-looking, pretty confident, proud nations where people start to have the chances that we take for granted, the right to express our views and demonstrate publicly. One of the things, the impacts at home, has been that the government really hasn't handled the evacuation of British nationals from Libya properly. It's been pedestrian and amateur, and it's a very serious situation. And I know they're a new government, and I hope they'll learn through this process. This isn't the way to go about dealing with an international crisis of this nature. The other thing, of course, is that we have to learn wider than that. The government's had its defence and security review last year, and I've now said it's time to reopen that process, because the three words that weren't mentioned in the government's defence review and security review were Tunisia, Egypt, Libya. Now, there's no shame in saying that these things were unpredictable, and that we should look afresh at some of the decisions that we're taking and perhaps revisit some of the analysis about politics, geopolitics and defence, and I'll continue to press the government to reopen the defence and security review for those reasons. More locally here, near to home, the Loganswell application rumbles on, and myself and Ken McIntosh will continue to oppose it, and I've written to the Council and to Scottish Government Ministers opposing that application. The plans for the merger of Robsley and OLM are still out there. Myself again and Ken McIntosh are not convinced by this. The Council hasn't made a convincing argument for the closure of Robsley. Of course, OLM needs greater capacity, but the answer shouldn't be in closing Robsley. And St Ninians, the consultation on St Ninians has now come to a conclusion, and the Council has now published its conclusions, and perhaps that will bring some closure to this long-running and difficult issue. But again, you'll have your say through the local authority, I'm absolutely certain. That's all for now. Get in touch if you want to about any of these issues through the blog, Twitter, email, Facebook, or by post. And one last thing, actually, some constituents, some young folk came to see me recently at my surgery about a charity and campaign called Invisible Children, and I'll post the links. It's about really harrowing experience of some children internationally. Please get involved in the campaign if you support it, but I do think it's a worthwhile cause, and I'll post the link later on today. All the best. Cheerio.